Hello, hello, how are we doing? Welcome. I'm so excited to be here today and give you guys some good, juicy information all about the gut health and immune system connection and why it's so important that we are really working to optimize our gut health right now, given everything that's going on in the world, in order to really strengthen our immune system. But yeah, today's topic that I want to talk about is really that gut health and immune system connection. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so here's the thing, like the outbreak of this virus that has occurred in the last month has really reinforced that there's nothing more important than investing in health and supporting your community, right? Taking care of yourself and taking care of your neighbors and really taking care of yourself so that you actually can take care of your neighbors, right? And today, as I mentioned, I want to talk to you about how you can leverage the power of food as medicine and these other really juicy lifestyle tools to optimize your immunity through optimizing your gut health and why it's essential to do so right now. So, research is showing that nutrition can help to upregulate your immune function and support your body's ability to fight off pathogens. Micronutrients found in your diet play key roles at every stage of the body's immune response. Also, keep in mind that a nutrient-dense diet can shape not just your immune health, but also your mental health through the gut-brain axis. And we all know right now our mental health is maybe being tested, right? We're maybe feeling some anxiety, we're maybe feeling some nervousness, some brain fog, some lack of mental clarity. It's an intense time. This is normal, but once again, your gut health actually impacts your mental health as well. So don't overlook that either, right? Let's see here. Both your immune and mental health are dependent on a strong and resilient gut microbiome. So, if you're new to my page, and you don't know who I am, my name's Hannah Aylward, and I'm a certified holistic health coach and a gut health expert. And I help women around the world ditch the never-ending digestive issues, clear skin conditions, stop dieting, and live in bodies that they love through optimizing their gut health. It's very fun. Going back to that immune system and gut resilience, right? So one of the main pillars of a healthy gut ecosystem is resilience. Being resilient speaks to your ability to stay healthy or recover quickly when exposed to a harmful bacteria, viruses, or toxins. So resilience is not built up overnight, right? We build it with daily practices. We build it by eating a nourishing and gut-supportive diet, by meditating, breath work to support that HPA axis, by moving our body, prioritizing sleep, experiencing joy, right? These are the ingredients that help arm us with the emotional and immunological resilience that we can count on during these crazy times of uncertainty, when we're really being tested, when our resilience is being tested. A little bit about the immune system, right? Your first line of defense against foreign invaders includes your skin and all the mucous membranes. This physically blocks pathogens from entering the body, right? Like the skin on our body is literally blocking things from entering our body. Additionally, your body produces chemicals that help fight off these bacteria, viruses, parasites, fungi, and toxins through saliva, mucus, sweat, and gastric acids. These allow the body to trap and remove or destroy these foreign invaders. This physical barrier also can be found, wait for it, in the epithelial cells that line the gut microbiome and protect the epithelium from exposure to these foreign invaders and help fight off these pathogens. So this is some fancy sciencey language, right? But to break this down, basically, we actually have in our immune system, where most of these things are located to fight off these foreign invaders, is along the gut lining, right? So that's why people say that between 70 and 80% of the immune system actually resides in the gut microbiome. And one of these reasons for this, which I've said I feel like a million times, but I will always say it again, is because after our skin, protecting this physical barrier, preventing or posing as a physical barrier, right? We're constantly adding things into our system through our mouths, and then they enter the digestive tract, right? So it's essential that this immune system is actually in the gut so it can protect us, right, from these foreign things entering our mouths. So what does this mean? It means for optimal immune health, you need a strong gut lining. You need a healthy gut, right? And this is in order to prevent leaky gut. And if you don't know what leaky gut is, make sure to watch my last Facebook Live that I did last week. And I can put a link to it in the comments here once I finish this, but make sure to watch that, because I go into like what the heck leaky gut is, why you might have it, and what that means for you, and how to really get over it, right? So in order to have a strong immune system, we need a strong gut lining to prevent the leaky gut, which means that these foreign invaders are just flowing through into the bloodstream where they really shouldn't be going. And that triggers inflammation, and that wears on our immune system. So a lot of people are not, with everything going on in the world right now, we're not really talking about gut health, but this is of the utmost importance right now. We are all so concerned about our health. We're concerned about catching something or not being able to recover from it. And it is essential that we have a healthy gut, because our immune system, most of the immune system is there. So if I haven't grabbed you and been like, do this for your gut health and take care of your gut health, if you haven't caught on yet, like, now is the time, right? And I really want to empower you to feel like you can control some of this, because this is a very uncertain and potentially scary time for us, right? So when we feel like we can actually do something for ourselves, we can learn some education, we can take these daily acts to support our bodies, to support our gut health. It just feels like we're doing our part, right? And we have to be strong ourselves to be able to help and support our community. So it's really not even just about us, but we also want to take care of ourselves, right? So to get a bit strategic with it, we have a few foods and certain things that can help support that gut lining, right? AKA support the immune system. So foods that are rich in zinc, vitamin A, omega-3 fatty acids, L-glutamine, which is an amino acid. I love working with L-glutamine. It helps seal up the gut lining, right? Vitamin D. These all help to support the epithelial barrier function, AKA the gut lining. We also know that nutrients, phytochemicals, and functional foods have been shown to have an immune regulatory properties that can enhance your immune system's response, and then therefore enhance the ability to attack and remove foreign invaders, right? We also know that nutrient deficiencies cause impairment of the immune system. If you watched my last video on leaky gut, you'll know that nutrient deficiencies are typically a sign of leaky gut. They are one of the signs. Because we develop these nutrient deficiencies, because we're not digesting and absorbing and assimilating these nutrients properly, right? Because where do we get these nutrients to support our bodies? Mostly through the foods that we eat, right? So if we are not digesting and assimilating these nutrients properly, then it's going to lead to nutrient deficiencies, which then leads to impairment of the immune system. So once again, to wrap it around full circle, it's imperative right now. It's not really an option. We have to take care of our gut health to support our bodies right now. And something that I talked about briefly on my Instagram stories, make sure that you're following me there if you're not, because I hit you with daily snippets all the time. But something that I talked about earlier today was the fact that everyone's running out to buy immune boosting supplements, which are great. I posted a lot about them. People really like that, because we want to feel like we can do something to support ourselves during this scary time, right? However, if we aren't digesting and even processing these herbs and all these things properly, they're not doing any good. It's a waste of time and money, and it's kind of a little bit of false hope. I'm just getting really real with you right now, okay? Because I don't want you doing that. I don't want you wasting your money. I don't want you thinking that you're protecting yourself when you're not, right? So all of these other things, one of my dear friends is an herbalist, and she's amazing. And she talks to all of her clients, all of her students about gut health, right? Because she's like, we don't want to waste our time here, or you're just going to be taking these herbs and they won't even be as effective as they could be. They won't be doing their full work because you're not actually processing them correctly, right? So it's so important that we're not just wasting our money on these things, and that we are starting from the ground up, right? So even in the way that these immune boosting supplements and things like that, and vitamins, they can be very helpful, but they are also somewhat of the BandAid approach, right? They are the approach of, oh, something's wrong, so let's just stick something on top of it. When it's wait, are we supporting this from the ground up? Are we building the house from the ground up? Or are we trying to put the roof on the house before we've even laid the cement on the floor, right? We want to start from the ground up. We want to support the body to do its thing naturally with these daily practices, these things that we do every single day, right? These foods with this gut health. I think I've like made my case, right? That we need to be talking about gut health. I am shocked that more people aren't coming out talking about gut health right now. I think it's because we're all just so freaking scared because we've never dealt with this before. And I want to be clear here too, that I'm not saying that gut health is a cure for what's going on, or that like if you just eat some, probiotics or sauerkraut that like you're all good, right? That's not the case. It's essential that we're doing these other things. We're washing our hands, we're social distancing, we're doing all of these other things, right? Like this is a very new virus. We don't know like much about it at all, and we're trying to learn very fast, right? So I don't have any science to show you that like, oh, you can do this and then you'll be all good, because this is powerful and it's super contagious and it's spreading like wildfire. But we want to do what we can do to make our bodies more resilient, right? And we know how to do that. We have the science that shows us how to make our bodies more resilient, and we know that most of the immune system resides in that gut. So we know by supporting the gut, we can therefore strengthen our own bodies, increase our resilience, and support our immune health, right? So now let's get into like a little bit more of the nitty gritty of it, because I want you to have some takeaways from this, right? So you're like, Hannah, okay, I get it. You don't have to tell me about this anymore. I get the importance of it. Like, what the heck do I do now, right? So like I mentioned before, all of those really important compounds for keeping that gut lining nice and strong. If you suffer with digestive issues, constipation, bloating, excessive gas, right? Maybe acid reflux, if you have acne or you have eczema, or if you have like chronic low energy, or you have a ton of food sensitivities that seem like they came out of nowhere, make sure to go watch my last video. That is the 7 top signs that you have leaky gut. It explains leaky gut, it goes into all of it, and it also tells you what you can really do from it, because that will help you a lot and you'll understand this video even more. But a lot of people have leaky gut and they don't even know. Autoimmune conditions, right? And for all those people that have autoimmune conditions right now, they have impaired immune systems. They're even more vulnerable during this time. So it's even more essential for you guys to really take care of your gut health right now. So important. Okay, so let's get into some like strategic things that we can do, right? We want to feed our gut with probiotic and prebiotic foods. There is a close association between your gut microbiome and the maturation and development of the immune system, because the gut has the largest collection of immune cells, right? Than anywhere else in the body. Anywhere else in the body. Please don't take this lightly. The gut-associated lymphoid tissue is the largest immune organ in the body, and it resides in the gut microbiome. That means that the bacteria that live in your large intestine play a role in stimulating your innate immune response and protecting against pathogens. Once again, if you want to strengthen your immune system, you must feed and nourish your gut. This can be done through many different ways, right? Let's get into some tactical tools here. We want a well-balanced diet. We want a diet that's high in fiber, dietary fiber, loads of colors, lots of variety, right? And once again, these foods rich in both prebiotics and probiotics. Prebiotic-rich foods are going to be leeks. They're going to be organic apple cider vinegar, apples, garlic, asparagus. These are awesome ones. If you want more information on this, I have an entire video about the top foods for gut health, right? You can find that on my Instagram, and I'll post a link to it here in the comments. I have a 10-minute video all about like the exact foods to be eating, to be incorporating more of, right? Then we have our probiotic foods. We need both, y'all. We need the prebiotic foods because they feed the probiotics in the gut. So if you're not feeding them properly and you're just tossing in the probiotics, but then you're just like eating chips and you're not supporting them, they're not gonna grow. So it's like you're continuing to like put seeds in the ground in the soil, but like you're not giving it any like sunlight or water or care, and they just never grow because they're like, hello, we need more help, right? That's kind of what the prebiotics do for the probiotics. So once again, don't waste your money on an expensive probiotic if you're not doing these other essential things. So probiotic foods, we want sauerkraut, we want kimchi, maybe we can get our hands on some coconut yogurt. Maybe we have a little extra time right now to make it at home ourselves. We may also benefit from some additional probiotics, right? So I have a link to all of my favorite probiotics that I can make sure to put in these comments here so you have access to that information if you feel like that's right for you. We also want to incorporate zinc, right? Going back to that gut lining. Zinc helps support the gut lining. And a lot of people are deficient in it, right? We don't want to overdo it on the zinc because it can lead to a copper deficiency. It can lead to some other issues. But a lot of us are deficient in it, and it's really important for that immune system and your gut lining. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. So this is gonna be like oysters, crab, lobsters, things that maybe we can't really have right now. But it's also in meats like grass-fed beef, right? I have some grass-fed beef, organic grass-fed beef in my freezer right now. Organic chicken, right? And a wonderful plant-based source is pumpkin seeds. I have a bunch of those in my pantry right now. Those are shelf-stable. Those are gonna last you longer, right? Great to incorporate right now. We also want to eat omega-3 rich fishes, right? So science has shown that omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, I know, so it's kind of some big lingo, but you'll stay with me here, exert significant effects on the intestinal environment, aka gut health, on mood and cognitive functioning, such like anxiety and depression, and in modulating the gut microbiota composition, aka to put it really short and simple, omega-3s are good for your gut health, yeah? The best way to get these is we want the EPA and we want the DHA in it, right? In these omega-3 fish, we want it like wild salmon, sardines, anchovies, right? All of these are canned. I just bought some wild caught canned salmon, right? During this time where we're kind of stocking up more on some like pantry staples, things like that. This is really helpful right now. These can have good omega-3s. I also personally use a supplement because I don't eat too many foods that contain omega-3s. I don't eat a lot of fish. I need to eat more, to be completely honest. I got mine from Thrive Market. You can get them from a bunch of different places, order online, pick it up from the store, whatever you are available to grab right now. I placed an order. I got the canned stuff so it lasts longer. And I also have a few frozen pieces in my freezer during this time of the virus, right? We also have some additional plant-based sources, which are the precursor to EPA and DHA. So they're not the exact same, but they are still useful. This is gonna be flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, walnuts. They're a super easy pantry staple. We can also add ginger, right? Ginger root provides an incredible addition to the diet because it's anti-inflammatory and it has immune boosting benefits. Ginger also helps increase motility, so it keeps things moving on through, right? It helps relieve constipation. It can help relieve bloating, which just allows everything to kind of like happen a little smoother. And so it keeps everything kind of moving around, moving out, and this helps us prevent a bacterial overgrowth, which can lead to more serious issues down the line in the gut, right? So throw it in your smoothie. I shared a video just the other day on my Instagram that was me making my immune boosting morning smoothie, and you bet that there's a big chunk of ginger in there, right? And I'll put a link to that here too, so you have access to that resource. But I walk you through making my entire smoothie. It's got many, many immune boosting benefits, but I also wanna make sure that I tell you that I make this smoothie every day. I support my immune system on a daily basis, not just when a virus is happening, right? Because I live my life for my gut health, for the most part. There's always things that kind of throw it off, right? And life comes at you and whatever. But I live to support my gut because it makes me feel better than anything in the entire world. And therefore, I'm supporting my immune system. But I'll make sure to get you that video so you have a yummy, delicious recipe that uses a lot of shelf-stable things or frozen things. I'm big on the frozen fruits and veggies, especially during this time. So it's super applicable and you can totally do it right now. We can also add some minced garlic when we're cooking right now. So garlic has been used forever to help combat infectious disease. So it contains compounds called allicin, I think, and allicin, and they both have antimicrobial activity. So we can add these to fresh salads, add some minced garlic to fresh salads. We can add it to veggie stir fries. We can add it to a marinara sauce when we're making a grain-free pizza crust. And if you need one, get my cookbook. It's amazing, right? Or when we're maybe making like a grain-free or gluten-free like pasta, something like that. Anyway, toss in the garlic if it sits well for you. If you're dealing with something like SIBO, probably not the best idea because it is higher FODMAP, but your body will tell you, and if you can't handle it, I really encourage it. So we can add to dressings, all that good stuff, right? Now I want to talk about briefly the foods that we can decrease to support the immune system. you've heard me talk about these before, chances are, but these are going to include sugar. Sugar feeds virus and bacteria, and it causes inflammation, and it increases cortisol, which also causes inflammation, right? Which whacks out our adrenals, which whacks out our hormones. Like, this is all connected, right? So sugar is like, no. And if you are having intense cravings for sugar right now, we need to add in some stress reducing responses. And we also want to look at leaky gut, because that's another sign, right? We get these intense sugar cravings when something like that is happening. Okay, number 2 thing that we want to remove is gluten. Try to get it out right now. It's super inflammatory. It creates holes in that gut lining. And when we have holes in the gut lining, we have the supportive function of the immune system is lowered, right? Because it starts to trigger inflammation, and then the body's working on like healing this gut, trying to get rid of this gut issue. So what if we come into contact with a virus or other bacteria, it's like we don't even have the strength to fight it off because we're so focused here, right? Number 3 is going to be dairy. Dairy is very mucus forming, and a lot of people can't digest it properly. So I recommend limiting it, taking it out for now, decreasing it. Try it out. Let me know how you feel, right? But especially at this time of year when maybe we're a bit more mucusy, it's not super beneficial to most people. And then we have processed foods. I know right now we're all kind of like loading up on more processed foods because we're scared and they last longer, right? And sometimes they're cheaper. I don't know. I feel like cereals are like expensive and chips are kind of expensive because I buy mostly veggies, right? But we want to get these out. These are super inflammatory, and we don't want our bodies fighting the inflammation from the foods that we're eating when we want our bodies strong and resilient to fight anything that we come into contact with, right? Does this make sense? Let me know if this doesn't make sense. And then we want to add in some solid lifestyle practices to manage the stress, which also helps keep our gut strong, right? So this is going to include things like breath work, like meditation, like EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. It's tapping, right? Clear the energy out of the body, shift the energy, shift out of this fight or flight response that causes this inflammation and leaves our hormones a mess, right? Also damages the gut lining. It's light exercise. Let's incorporate some light exercise. We can still move even when we're in our homes. I'm actually posting on my Instagram a at-home workout for today, you know? I did it literally right behind me here in my living room. You need like a box of space around your body. It's totally possible. Also, make sure to find these simple moments of joy during the day right now. And I know it's harder to connect to it right now. It's an uncertain time. It's an overwhelming time. Everyone's feeling it. I'm also feeling it too. I have my hair is wet underneath here because I jumped in the shower and then came on this live. We're all just trying to make it work right now, right? So where can we find these little moments of joy throughout our day? This legitimately supports our health and our gut health, right? So it's not all about the food. We have to really bring these other things in as well. So those are my top tips for you. I want to hear your questions. Was this helpful for you? What was the most helpful for you? And I want to make sure as well that you have access in the link in the description of this video is the link to my 3-day gut reset. If you can find these ingredients right now, do this reset. And of course it's up to you. And it's, speak to your doctor first if you feel comfortable doing that and all that good stuff. And none of this should be a support for medical advice. And I am not an infectious disease specialist, right? But I'm just trying to empower you with some education so you can really step up and take ownership of how you show up in the world and how you feel right now. And that's gonna help decrease anxiety and make you feel like I'm doing what I can, right? Which just feels good, which allows our headspace to get a little clearer, right? But grab that free 3-day gut reset because the gut microbiome can shift in our favor in as little as 72 hours. This is why this is 3 days. Will 3 days solve all your problems? No. No, right? That's silly to even think that. This is a consistent daily practice, but this is an amazing place to start. And once again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments in this video, and I will answer your questions. I'm here to support you throughout this trying time that it is for all of us, right? I'm also developing a virus gut health guide survival kit right now, and I'm about to pump it out. So if you want access to that, it's 40 pages of all of this gut health goodness, specifically catered for this time where we want more shelf-stable stuff, where we want more frozen stuff, where we need some healthy lifestyle factor support, hardcore, right? We need to redesign our morning routine, all of those things, loads of healthy recipes that are gonna support your gut health. Comment with a big yes in the comments of this video if you want access to this, and I will personally send you the link to this, because this is going to help us get through this time as best as we possibly can. All in all, that's it. Once again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And I am just like so happy to have you here. I'm so happy to be a resource, help you get through this however I can. And whether you're catching the replay or catching this live, let me know that you joined. Let me know what was the most important, and let me know if you want that gut health survival guide during this time.